Hey, Janet. Of course, Malibu, sucking the light out of the room. Hi, Barbara. How y'all doing this morning? I'll adjust it when I'm gonna have to get her off the table. There's no room up here when I start. So, hi, Laverne, Terry. Let's see, Barbara, Don P. Don, I sent out yours and Marguerite's disc on Saturday. Hopefully you'll get it in a day or two. I'm eating a bite of banana. um, let's see, Kat. Good morning, Kat. How you doing? How was your weekend? Fortnite changed her name. Hello, Fortnite. Thank you again for my card. Pamela. Good morning, Pamela. Kristen. Yeah, I know. She's so cute. But she's going to have to be moving pretty soon. I'll have to get her a little towel to lay on the floor next to me. Let's see, Missy. I'll get well soon, Missy. And yay for getting the scavenger hunt almost done. For those that y'all that don't know, the scavenger hunt is due by April 7th. It'll be that will be next Monday. I think that's next Monday, where Janet will show her scavenger hunt and do the giveaway. So if y'all have done at least 90 things out of the 100, let Janet know so she can put you in the giveaway pile. Random. Hi, Lisa. Hey, girl. Hey. Let's see. Tori, Tina, Sweden. Who else am I missing? Scrolling. Ann Lar, good morning. Ann did a stream on Sunday. Lindy K. Let's sit here and get everybody I can. Lisa Welch. Get my voice going. Looking at all my little washi notes, Post-it notes, because we're going to do a washi thing. Thanks to Janet. I bought some new paper, and we're going to show that. And I did do some printouts, Janet. I haven't cut it up and tried it yet. We're going to do that. So we're going to have fun today with that. Let's see. Veerly, Animal Lover. Who else? Yeah, there's my animal lover. She's going to get on down now. Do you want me to make you... Here, let Mama make you a little spot. Just a minute. Hang on, guys. She left for a minute, but if she comes back, I'll have her a little nest here so she can lay next to me and be content to lay next to me. Let's see. I think I've said hi to everybody so far. I was expecting some storms to come in around noon. I think I'll be done streaming. I just, don't want to lose any electricity while we're streaming. So hopefully they'll go around us and not be too bad. We do need some rain. I did get my garden in. For those of y'all that follow me on IG, I'll show y'all pictures of that. Let me see. Maybe I can show on my iPad. They'll be bigger. Now I got the hiccups from my lemon water. Lemon water gives me hiccups, but I like my lemon water when I'm streaming. Let's see here. All right, so I got a bunch of pictures of the garden here. So here it is empty. There it is with nothing in it. So that's what it looked like with just fresh dirt and the fresh bricks. Fresh dirt and bricks. And then here's the house. I got all new mulch going on here. Nothing, no flowers or anything yet there. There's the side. Y'all seen a little video of this when it's in May, when there's lots of things blooming. And now I have some fresh ferns here, and I got some fresh strawberries. Here's the front yard, one side of my front yard. It looks real. It's hard to. That looks horrible. Let me see. Maybe I should do it on my phone because that's really flashing out. Let me go back over here to my phone. It won't flash out as much. Let's see. Here we go. It's a little better. So it's red mulch. There's our bird bath and bird feeders right above it. And that's the other side of the yard. We don't have any, the grass isn't sprouted or anything yet. And then there's Hubster with the ferns at Lowe's. I love that. And then there's the garden. And I did post it on Instagram and Facebook. I got cucumbers, 4 kinds of tomatoes, 4 kinds of peppers, and 12 to 15 herbs are planted in there. And so yeah, there's the front, and then here's one side. There's the other side. That's probably the best one to see. And then I think that's it. That's all the pictures I got of the garden and yard. Haven't planted flowers and stuff in the front yet, but I did get my vegetables in. So yeah, and my herbs. So thanks, guys. So I was happy to have that done. And I don't see Tina yet, but I did take a picture of one of Tina's. Tina posted this morning. I think it was just, yeah, it was, well, overnight. So Tina, our Tina here is Comic 64. So, and it's going to be hard to see, but she posted this picture she colored. So go follow Tina over on IG. Look how pretty that is. It's so good. I love that, Tina. Good job. And that's what she is right there. Comic 64. That's Tina. I haven't seen her here this morning. I don't know if she'll be here depending on what she's doing with her mom. So let's see, who else am I missing? Thanks everybody for being here. Tori's still working on her. Go follow Tori on IG. She's working on her animation, and it's really coming along. Let's see, who else? Me. Yeah, me. I got my book, me. So me sent me this color book. It's in French. And I think we're going to color on, I'll show it today, but I think we're going to do it on Wednesday. So we're going to color in this. No, well, it was there this time. It was in my post office box. Had a note in there. So it was delivered to my P.O. box. And there's Tina. Tina, did you see where I posted your picture, your color book picture on IG? It looks so good. Tina's saying good morning to everybody. Hi, Christina. So Shelly, Brenda A. So yeah. So anyway, me, where'd she go? Where'd me go? Me sent me this. So like I said, I'll flip through it today. It's all in French. But I will send. We're going to color in it on Wednesday. We'll do a coloring with color book Wednesday. Let's see. Scrolling. I'm trying to catch up with everybody. Try to say good morning to everybody. Let's see. I received your gel printing pen. Oh, you're welcome, Miriam. I'm always glad when they make it around the world. I'm going to show, I finished my day 31, and of course, y'all know that I photographed them with paintbrushes, and the paintbrushes are not on the pages. So if you want to see the completed pages, go over to Instagram and see every day I posted my page, and I posted this morning, day 31. I'm going to do a flip. Happy birthday, Christina. Happy birthday. Of course, Barbara sings everything. I love it, Barbara. So yeah, I'm going to do a flip through. I did do a jelly printed covers, and then I gold leafed it, and then I high gloss varnished the book. So this is going to be my, and you can see how far it got. It's kind of be fluffed out. And I'm going to continue. I'm not going to continue every day, like starting tomorrow, I'll do day 32, 33, 34. But as I do a page, I will number them as such. I'll continue on, like it'll be day 30. Today's 31, March 31st. But then the next time I do a page, it will be 32, 33, 34. And I'll continue on in the book as I feel like doing a jelly printed page. Thank you, Kat. Kat posted my IG there. Y'all can find me with Inky Whale or Dee Dee Willingham, either one. Let's see, Regina. Who else? Messy Oz. Put it in caps if you're talking to me. And I have noticed that when I've gone to other people's streams, it defaults to 144p. So I go into people's streams and it's fuzzy, and I've got to actually go into the wheel and set it up to either 720 or 1080, whatever they're streaming at. And so I'm streaming at 1080p on StreamYard. And so if you come in and it's fuzzy, maybe not this morning because I'm on StreamYard, but if you come into YouTube and at anybody's stream and you notice it's fuzzy, go up to the little circle, the little wheel, and change that, because for some reason, and other people have said it's happening to them too, that their YouTube videos and recordings, when they go to watch them, they've knocked down to 144p, which is just a big fuzzy mess. So you're going to have to go into your little wheel and change that. Also on lives or on recordings, go up and at the top of the chat, change it to all messages or all chat, whichever it says on your device, because otherwise you will not see all the chat. You will not see all the chat. You have to do that yourself. It defaults to top messages, so you won't see all the messages if you don't change it. Hi, Gladys. Who else am I missing? Marguerite. I was just telling Dawn P. I sent out y'all's discs on Saturday. So I sent y'all's discs out on Saturday. So hopefully I had to let them cure a day, after I varnished them and everything. So I sent them out Saturday. Hopefully yours gets up there to Canada safely. So, all right, let's see. What is it, Malibu? You can come in here. I made you a little bed. She was up here on the table earlier. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me go ahead and show you real quick the book that me sent. Let me go ahead and I'll zoom in one. And so we're going to work in this on Wednesday, because today I've got plans for jelly printing, washi, you'll see, and a new little art journal, and using up the jelly printed stuff that I have left over from the the March Mixed Media March 25, Ceri The Crafter. Let's see. Okay, so this is called Funny Tales Grayscale Coloring Book, and there's the artist right there. And it's all different fairy tales. Here's all the different ones, and you can't probably see it. If you took a screenshot, then you could probably zoom in on them. I'm going to show them. So I don't know which one we're going to do, but thank you, me. I'm going to keep my little, I'll tape this in the back, the little thank you, the little who it was from. So again, I can't read them. It's all in French, and I think that's French. Yeah. And so there's a story for each one. Maybe the stories are funny stories and not like the real stories, like Snow White, the Three Pigs, Little Red Riding Hood. Is this Alice? More out. This is Alice for sure, and maybe more Alice. Let's see. The Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and this is I'm not sure. Beauty and the Beast. So anyway, we're going to color one of these on gingerbread, the gingerbread kids. So we'll color one of these on Wednesday. Pinocchio. I really like that because I like the tree and everything and the wood. I think we maybe we'll do Pinocchio on Wednesday. There's Wizard of Oz, Dorothy. I guess Sleeping Beauty. Don't sleep. And the what's his name? Puss in Boots. And this is probably Rapunzel. I'm not sure on this one. So that's going to be fun. So thank you, me, for sending this. Well, Hansel and Gretel, yeah, with the gingerbread, yeah. Thank you, guys. So we'll color in this on Wednesday. We'll do a color book day on Wednesday. So let me show you what I finished up. The 31-day challenge. I did do one every day. And then I'm going to show you some paper that Janet made me. Suggested that I get because she got it. And I did print out some stuff here to show. And then we're going to start. I'm going to use this little field guide to birds. It's an old book. I've got tons of bird books, guys. Oh, don't yell at me that I'm going to use this book as a journal. So what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to use up my jelly plated. I think I'll start with the tissue papers, the tissue jelly printed papers. They're delivering grass and yard stuff right across the street. So you can and backing up the bus. So it's right across the street. So we might be hearing some landscaping noise. So I'm going to use this book as a to paste in my leftover jelly plated papers and make a little journal out of this. It's one of the library book things that I got probably for 50 cents or $1. Or it could have been in one of the big bags where you fill the bag for $10. So, but anyway, we're going to do that today. All right, so let me go ahead and start with this. Again, let me just grab a paintbrush or two to show you kind of where the paintbrushes were. I think this week I'm going to try my jelly plates for the first. Oh, well, yay, good for you. I did pull mine out. I got one. Well, I pulled out one of them. I pulled out this nasty boy. I don't clean them, but anyway, so because I'm going to use. I'll show you the papers in a minute. We'll get to that in a minute. All right, let's go ahead and flip through this because I got 5 different things going on. Hi, Kathy Berg. Who else am I missing? I said I have Pamela B. How's the paper in the coloring book? It's Tina. It's Amazon paper, Tina. Tina does not like Amazon paper. It's Amazon paper, Tina, which doesn't bother me, but Tina likes a little bit better. And Tina, if you missed it, here, let me show it again. Tina posted this on Instagram. I took a picture of it because my IG is hard to load in this room. So here's a picture of Tina's, and that Tina is Catacomic 64. But look, isn't that pretty, guys? That's so nice, Tina. Look at all that detail. So Tina is Catacomic 64 on Instagram. So hi, Ann Makes. Let me get a sip of my water and a bite of banana. Get my voice a rolling. Okay, so I'm gonna show. Okay, so every day I did a post for Ceri The Crafter's Mixed Media March 25 challenge. And when I photographed it, I photographed everything with a brush. Different sizes, different colors, different brushes. But I have a brush or 2 or 3 on every single page, which they're not here now. So if you want to see them with the paintbrushes, go over to my Instagram. Like this one. The brush was like that. That's day 2. Let's move this over here. Day 3. And again, I can't remember exactly how I placed each brush, but the only challenge was that it had to be something jelly printed paper and your number, the number of the day, and sign it. And I added Celtic knots of some sort on every page, and a paintbrush, which you can't see on every page here. So there's day 4, 5, and this paintbrush I think was right here. Well, it wasn't this paintbrush, but I had different paintbrushes I used. 5, 6, 7. This one I had a big fluffy pink makeup brush. Day 7, 8, 9. This one had brushes on either side like this of the little door here. 10, 11, and this one had brushes all in between these tools. 12, again, I think brushes were hanging down with those lanterns like that, those lights. 13, 14, this one I had a blue wrapped, jelly plated wrapped brush right here. 15, 16, 17, this like this. Thanks, Tina. 18, I had 2 paintbrushes coming out of her hair there. 19, I had 2 brushes here, and I started putting paint colors on them. So this one I think it had 3 brushes right in here, and I put red, yellow, and blue paint on each one because the whole thing was in black and white. And then I had the ladies, I'm imagining them all to be artists, had little paint brushes in here with the different color paint on each one. That was day 19. 20, 21, and again had brushes on the sides. 22, 23, 24, again like this, or maybe I had one right there. I had one right there. That was 24, 25, 26, 27, and here I had gold paint on the brushes right there. So I had gold dots with gold paint on the edges. That was 27, 28, 29. This was a Devon Rex paper right there. I wasn't sure, but she confirmed it for me on IG. Look how pretty that is. And then I had a paintbrush here and a paintbrush here. Silver. I used a silver paintbrush. Here we go. This one was really nice. I like I used a silver paintbrush because there was silver in Devon's paper here. And then, metallics don't show up well on a photograph, so you couldn't really see it as well as you can when I can, do this, where you can see the flare. Let's see. I hadn't ordered a color paint. Well, you could also make a copy on better paper, Tina. Thanks, Shelley. And then this was 30. Of course, Janet and all our little monkeys. I kind of thought of her doing this one. And then this was today's, and I had I think I had 3 brushes on there, 31. So those are all 31 days. And then I still have, you can see, I still have a lot of pages left in this journal. So I can continue on. I can continue it on with just what, like I said, 32, 33, 34, continue on doing those pages as I feel like working in it. Hi, Cat and Paste. Oh, thanks, Missy. Yeah, it was fun to do a different one every day. And this is in the Ranger. Is it? Well, let me see. I always keep the cover here. This one. The large ledger journal. This is not the one with the writing in it. I got that one too. That's this one. This one just has all the different kinds of ledger papers. I think it's 4 or 5 different kinds. There's a dot grid. So this one, then it alternates. So this one is just gridded and ledger papers with no writing or anything. And then this ledger, it's also by Ranger, has ledger on it, and it's a little bit different size. It's a little tall, skinnier, and a little taller than the other one. But this one has writing all in it. So you could do the same kind of thing in here. We did a sample page here. I did this sample page on stream just to kind of give an example of doing a jelly plated paper with stencils and collage and stuff on here. But anyway, so yeah, that was a fun challenge. Thank you, Ceri the Crafter, for hosting that. The last one he did was last July with postcards, and I've shown you all my postcards that I did during that challenge, and it was fun. Hi, Colleen. How you doing? Colleen's been posting her pages on just videos, not lives. So you can go see Colleen's over there on her channel. Let's see what else we got going on here. Thank you, Kat. Kat's posting links, of course. My mods are not, I don't require them or even ask them. Well, once in a while I'll ask them to post something, but for the most part, it's up to them whether they post. So y'all make sure and thank the mods for posting things because they do that on their own accord. And so, all right. So a couple different things. Like I said, I want to use up, here's all my leftover jelly plated pages from doing the challenge. These are mostly like this one's all, I wrinkled it up and ironed it flat. And so I use different pieces and parts of different ones. This pack here of leftovers is mostly paper, like copy paper type things, on copy papers. That's what this pack is. Whereas this pack, which is the one I'm going to start with today for this book, is tissue papers. There's some other ones in there too, but it's mostly tissue papers. Deli, either tissue paper or leftover deli papers that I've jelly printed on. And what I want to do is go through here and I'm going to glue them in this book to start a little jelly plate journal out of this book. And it's just, like I said, it's a 50 cent or $1 or maybe even less bird book. And trust me, I've got other bird books. I'm not worried about, oh, you're going to cover up all those cute birds. Well, maybe I won't cover up some of the birds. I'll just use the other page. But anyway, it's how many pages is in here? It is 230 or so pages. And it looks like, I don't know what that means. That's not a date, I don't think. But anyway, the book itself was, does it have a date in it? First published in 1934, and then this one is 1947. So we're going to use it. We're using it, people. I'm going to be honest. This was in my garage. This was in my garage with a lot of my other books I get from the library to use, to cut up, to tear up. You can tear the pages out. You can use these pictures, whatever. But we're going to use it to use up my jelly-plated leftover tissue papers. That's what most of these are, the tissue papers, black ones. And when I say tissue, that could mean this is a tissue. This is a deli. This is a deli paper. And if y'all want to know what I mean, let me get my box. I got 3 different kinds of deli papers up here. Well, actually, I think I got 4. Let me show y'all the different kinds of jelly. So hard to say. Plated deli papers. So you can get, and these are old. So even if you go try to find this exact box, I don't know that you could find them. Just go on Amazon and look up deli papers and you will find tons. So there's this size. This size is, and I don't even know if it has sizes on it, but this one's at this size. And sometimes I'll crunch them up and then print with them because it gives you cool textures. I have all different ones in here that I've used. This one is the same kind of thing, but brown or craft color. So I'll pull these out here and use those two. Craft color one, same size. This one does have a size on it, 6 by 10.7. And there's 1,000 sheets in one box. I'll never use 1,000 sheets. Maybe I should do some giveaway for, let's do that. Let's pull out some of these for a giveaway. I'll pull some out for us. We'll do a giveaway. There we go. We'll do some deli paper giveaway. Let me see now. Where am I going to put all this? Then there is this size. And I've had these at least probably, guys, one of these is probably at least 10 years old. And I've got them at different, this is an eco craft. I've got a little different color. I'm not sure. But anyway, so I've got tons of deli paper. And then this is a larger one. This one is, does it have a size? Does not have a size on here. But anyway, it's bigger sheets like this. And again, you can crunch them up. ASMR moment. If you don't like the sound, just mute for a second. So you can do this and then jelly plate with those. So I'll play with some of those. But anyway, when I say deli paper, this is what I mean. It's like bakery, what they wrap up your donuts with, Well, some places might. But anyway, so lots of deli papers. And that's what I said when I use like this. This is printed on a deli paper. So I'm going to use this stuff up. There's a couple little tissue papers in here that are not jelly plated. But anyway, kind of tissue paper-esque. So we're going to work on that in a little while. All right, let me see. Am I missing anything? To put my deli papers in the kitchen. I just steal them back, Fortnite. All right, so this net, and like I said, I did pull a jelly plate out here to play with here because Janet can put a link to this if she wants. And it comes in packs. I forget which size pack I got. There's no covers on these. They just come plain papers like this. I made a note to myself because I did do some printing out, sticky side down, so I know which this side goes down in my printer. And what I did is all right, first off, Janet is the enabler of this. And she's also going to do some stamping on this and some cool techniques. I think they're cool techniques. She showed me one of her things she did with it. This is washi sticker paper. It's washi paper as a sticker paper. So I printed out, well, here, let me just go ahead and show one here. Okay. So let me just get an edge here. So it is washi, that's washi paper. It's like translucent, and I'm going to play with it a little bit. There, Janet just put a link in for it. So it's washi sticker paper. This is sticky on this side, okay? And I did print out some of my art on it. A couple things I did notice, Janet. I had to trim this down a little bit for it to fit in my printer. It's just like, maybe it's a Europeans. I don't know. It seems like it's just it was a little too wide to fit in my printer. Like, you got 8.5 by 11. So maybe this was, I don't even know. I don't have let me see over here. Where's a ruler? Let me get a ruler. But I did notice that it was just a little bit too wide for my printer. It said, yeah, it's 8 and well, not quite 3/4. It's 8 and 5/8. What is it? Anyway, it's one notch over from a half. So I had to trim off about this much. I trimmed off about that much. So if you get this paper, you will probably need to trim it because it's a little bit bigger than 8.5 size. So just be aware if you get it and you go, it doesn't fit in my printer. I had to trim it all down. Let's see, who else am I missing? Cat Pays in June. Who else am I missing? Hi, Mama 4. The other thing is what I did with it is I printed out some of my collage pieces because I'm going to cut them down. So let me show you here. So, and I did trim these down. So like this. So I print, and I have an HP Eco Tank printer. And I love it so much. And thank you, Marsh Makes Art, for recommending it. My Epson, I did not. Anyway, the HP, I love my HP. Let me tell you the number. I don't know it, have it memorized. Let's see. It's the HP. What is it? I don't see a number on it. I don't see a number on it, but it's the HP. Let me look at my ink tank thing. I don't know. I don't have it right in front of me, but I love my Eco Tank HP. So I printed out and I did trim off the edges, the border of the art. And what I'm going to do, yeah, it is. So here, this is on that sticker paper. Now, after I printed it out, I noticed that the black ink was not quite 100% dry when it came out. And I just printed one at a time. I didn't like pile them up on top of each other, because then you'd be getting ink on them if there's any ink that's not 100% dry. So what I did, I printed one at a time, and I noticed that the black ink was still a little bit wet. So I took my heat gun to the whole thing just to make sure. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim these out, and let's just try one right here. Let's just try one right here. So there's one little piece of washi tape. So I've not played with these yet. I just printed these out this morning, okay? And I'm telling y'all what's going on as we do it. Let's see about putting some in here. Let's do it toward the front, though. Let's do it on, let's just do it on here. All right, let's see what happens. It's a little too, let's trim it down because I want it to fit on the whole page. Let's see here. All right. So we'll take this off. So you see how it's washi tape. It's washi tape. Uh-oh, let's not get it all stuck to itself. So let's see how, translucent it is, or if you can see through it or what. But there we go. Oh, I didn't quite, let me just flip that over the edge because I just there we go. So it's washi tape. So thank you, Janet. Thank you, Janet. Oh, I know. I love my Eco Tank, Shelly. I didn't like the first one. I got rid of it and got a HP. Thank you, Marsh, again. So anyway, there we go. So it's washi taped down, and just like a sticker. So I printed out a bunch of these. So I thought I'd also go ahead and trim some of these down and do some giveaways with these today. So these are just some of my different collage pieces that I printed out just for the purpose of cutting them down. Now you could cut little squares, you could cut strips, you could do them sideways. You could, just to make some kind of pretty. They don't all have to be a scene. They don't all have to be a scene. They could just be some pretty washi tape. So thank you, Janet. So you can see how, because neither Janet nor I had tried printing them yet. She got it for stamping on, and she's going to show that today. I'm not going to do any stamping today. So Janet at 1 Eastern is going to show you, and we already discussed it. She already said she's going to do it. She's going to stamp on the paper and make, with her rubber stamps and stuff, and maybe try some watercolor on it and stuff like that. Hi, John. Thank you so much for the super chat. We're hanging in there, John, with the Oak Island. Hanging in there, dude. Oh my gosh, they tried to put the camera down the caisson and they couldn't see. Oh my gosh, what a hot mess. A hot mess, right, John? But if y'all like anything Oak Island, go follow John. Thank you, John, for supporting the channel. And he comes on, the review of the Tuesday show is on Wednesday nights. He and Judy do a recap of the show on Wednesday. So yeah, wood, a lot of wood. There's always been a lot of wood for how many years have we been at it? 13, 14? However many years we've been watching Oak Island. That's how there's wood. A lot of wood. Yeah, it's a big mess. So thanks, John, for stopping in. I appreciate the support. My eyes are watering now. Okay, so Janet's going to do rubber stamping and test out cutting those down or out, and see how translucent it is if she leaves, a sticker border, if you leave a sticker border, and see how translucent and if that shows up. She's going to do that on her show today. But I wanted to talk about that because Janet enabled me to get this washi tape sticker paper. And so we're going to play with that. We'll cut some of these up and do some giveaways with the deli paper later on. Okay, so what I want to do though is I want to check out some. I want to at least do one sheet of the washi paper with the jelly plate. Okay, I just want to test that out. I'm not going to do a whole bunch of them because I want to play in this book using these. But let's go ahead and do that real quick then. Oh, and then also when I was in the garage, and I know I probably showed this because I always show y'all my library books. Thanks, Tina. I always show my library books when I get them, but I forgot I had this one. So I brought it up here because I think I'm going to try to do some things with this book and because of the designs. But this is the collector's handbook to marks on porcelain pottery. I mean, it's all throughout the world, and they're all the different marks that are on pottery. Like this one is yeah, and it shows like this is British porcelain, the British Isles, Spain and Portugal. It shows you French. Here's all the different pottery marks. So I'm not going to cut this up, but I think I'm going to use some of the marks like for ideas in some ideas with the mark making. So I thought that was really cool. I don't say I forgot I had it, but I have so many books, and it was out in the garage. So I pulled it out of the garage to do something with this. I know, right, Zinjan? I thought so too. So we're not going to do with that today, but I did pull that out because this is my kind of, I don't know what you call it, just my journaling. I've been using these John Deerian books, these John Deerian notebooks, and they're just different ones. And so I have, how many do I have squeezed in here? Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 of his John Deerian's. Like they're not travelers, but those kind of notebooks, Midori type system in here that I use. So I probably will do some stuff with this in there until I decide what I want to do. It's an idea book, We have tons of those. Oh, this fell out of there. Oh, it's all my little cat in the cup charm came out of here. Let me put that back in the little pouch. Oh no, I had it on here. I had it on the paper clip. Let me put that back on the paper clip. Hang on. Came off the paper clip. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a couple sheets of deli. And I want to make sure one side's a little rough, and that's the sticky side, but you want to make sure that you're putting that you're putting it in the printer and you're putting on the paint or whatever on the right side. Otherwise, you'll just put it on the sticky, on the slick side, and you won't get any. You can't stick it, right? Hi, Arlene. Who else am I missing? Flo. Yes, Arlene. Good morning, sunshine. Aw, Tina. Let's see. I said hi to Cat and Paste. Scrolling. All right, so let's just go ahead and do a couple of quick jelly printed pages, and then we'll see what happens when we cut them up for washi tape, right? All right, so let's see here. Do I want to do them on? Maybe I'll do. I'm trying to see what kind of do I want to do a brayer, the brayer off. Let's just go ahead and use this for the brayer off. Something to, get the excess paint off here. All right, so let's do this first. And let's see. And I did just keep out some of my stencils, my Celtic knot stencils that I've been using all month long. I've been using these all month long for my the March mixed media March project. So let's see. I'm going to get something that's got a few. Let's get something a little smaller here. Maybe this one and this one. I just want a couple. This is a test. This is a test. of the DD Broadcasting. All right. So y'all have any colors? Y'all want to pick a color or two? Y'all have a color that we could, let's see. I guess we don't use our goldens very much because I don't use golden on my craft project, collage projects, but I do like it with the jelly plate. Let's do a couple golden colors and maybe throw in, do I have a teal color? Let's see. Some of them are small. I do have a few of the small. Okay, let's just go with these. Alizarin, green, gold, and teal. Let's just go with those. Just because they're going to be nice, bright colors. They'll be nice. And a pink. I have this in pink. I have the golden high flow pink, hot pink. All right, we'll go with those. Well, we'll do a couple different ones. All right. So, and you don't need much of this golden. I'm just saying, you don't need much. Where's Devin when I need her? I always need Devin when I'm jelly playing. All right, so let's do a couple of green, and then on this one, we'll go with the pink. All right, let's see. Let's clean this off here. I did use this pink on one day of my jelly month. All right, there we go. Let's see what happens. Let's close that. And I do have some baby wipes here. And we'll brayer off on some of this deli paper. All right, let's just see here. Let's just get some colors. And then I'll put a stencil down. And then we'll go on top of the stencil. You can put the stencil down first. You can put the paint down first. You can do it multiple ways. I'm not too picky about it because I'm not really trying to make a scene, if you will, out of the, designs because I tear them up. This is how I use Gelliprints is I tear them up to use in collage. All right, so let's go ahead and put down, let's put these stencils, let's put this stencil here. Let's put this stencil here. All right, now I'm going to do a couple of different times. I'm going to do it this time, then we'll put it down again. Let's just play. Let's just see what happens. I hope I put that down the right way. I think I did. All right, because really what I want to do is just make some washi tape with this, and we'll see what happens. Where's my brayer? My Baron. Where's my Baron? Here we go. My Anthony Baron. All right, let's see what we get here. Okay, so we didn't get too much on there because, just the edge of the stencil. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel this off and just let's just try to see if there's anything left on there to stamp down. There's a little bit. Okay, let's try that other one. Let's just blow that off. And now let's see what we can get off. Let's put a little of the teal on here, and then we'll just do just a mash. Mash up. All right. Let's put a little, maybe I'll put a little more. Let's put a little bit more of the couple dots of the alizarin in there. Just get some color on here. All right. I'm real anxious just to cut this up. Let's just be honest. I just want to cut it up. All right, let's see. All right. All right, see? Now we're talking. Now we're going to cut this up. All right, let's see. Let's fill that in right there a little bit. I should do something to the edges because I want to use the whole sheet, right? Let's try to use up this rest of this edges because, that will be a washi tape if we use it all the way to the edge. So let's try to pick all the rest up. That's better. All right. Okay, let's do one more this time. Let's see, what shall we do? Should we put a big stencil on there? Let me find one of my big stencils. Numbers. Let's do this one. This is a honeycomb. Hang on, guys. Let's do this honeycomb thing here. Let's do this. All right. We're just going to do 2 sheets Then I'm going to dry it and we're going to uh, cut it up. Okay, we'll do the, no, we'll do the pink again. All right. If you want to see jelly plating done well, go watch Devin Rex for art. All right, let's see here. Let's go ahead and get all those colors over that stencil. This one's probably going to be cool and bright. Let's go to the edge. Okay, now let's see. Let's go ahead and use up some of this on the edge here. Let's get some of that off and just use it up on here. There we go. Let's take this other one here. Make sure I'm doing it. Let's do it the right way. Hang on, guys. I'll get chat in just a minute. And then we're going to go back to the little book and make some little pages here. All right. Let's see. Hi, Joyce. Anybody else coming in? Thanks, Tina. There's Devin. Devin streams on Wednesdays at 3 Eastern. Okay. Yeah, there we go. See? So now we got kind of a darker one and a lighter one. But what I want to do is I want to pull this stencil off, move this to the side somewhere where the cat's not going to get on it. And what the leftover on here is I'm going to take and fill these edges in so that we can use the whole sheet. There we go. Pretty good. Let's do the rest of this side. There we go. All right, now let's take let me get a couple of more baby wipes and clean this off. Because that's really all I wanted to do, is I just wanted to do a couple papers to dry and then cut up to make washi tape with. Because Janet made me suggested that we get that paper. Hi, Eddie. And Eddie also does some awesome jelly plating. If y'all don't follow, Eddie makes art and designs stencils as well as Devin does. All right, that's good enough. That's good enough. All right, so let's move this out of the way. All right, now let me pick up these stencils. Like I said, these are the ones that I use. If y'all missed my flip through of my book, or you can go on Instagram and see my complete flip through of Mixed Media March 25. All right, let's see here. Oh, did I close that? Let's make sure that's closed. All right, so we're going to move these out of the way. And let's just clean the brayer off just a smidge. All right, let's move this over here. I have a cart with stuff for jelly printing over there. All right, let's see. Let's dry this. Plug in my gun here. Here we go. Let's see what happens when we peel and stick. Thanks, and there's Devin. Hi, Devin. Y'all make sure and follow Devin. Like I said, she streams every Wednesday. Hope everybody's doing well. Let's make sure it's nice and dry. Dries pretty quick, this paper. So if y'all saw where I stuck a piece of my cut down art in here. So I just printed out a bunch of my collages onto um, this washi paper that Janet recommended. So I'm going to cut these up and we'll do a giveaway. So also like I said, what I'm going to do is turn this little bird book into just leftover washi, because I got all this leftover washi deli paper and tissue paper. Let's just pull some out here. Got a whole bunch of different ones. And we're gonna use this little book to make the backgrounds for this book. And let's just go ahead now and test out a couple of these pieces. So I'll cut some down. We can cut them in different shapes, like some strips. And it's your own washi tape, your own washi papers. Okay, so we're going to play with those. So, thank you, Flo. Let's see what happens, okay? Because what I'm going to do, let me go ahead and do one on just a piece of white paper, just so y'all can see what it looks like on just a piece of white paper. Let's see. Oh, do I have something up under here? Oh, I got one over here. Hang on. Let me just get a piece of copy paper. Cardstock. Okay. Let's just see what it looks like. Plain, plain. And like I said, Janet's going to do. Look what I did. See, I just did the same thing I told y'all not to do. I washi taped the wrong side. Let's see what this. Deli plated the wrong side. Did I do that on both of them? No, this one's okay. All right, so there we go. All right, so there we go. I think it's just one sheet. One sheet I did backwards. Y'all got to remember to put the right side down. All right, so there we go. So there's your washi tape. Washi tape stick. I did one backwards and one right, I think, Tina. Let's see. Yeah, this one's okay. And I think this one is not okay. Let's see. I mean, I can still use it. I can still use this. Look, let's just get rid of this. And I can still use this as what I just have to, glue it, right? I told y'all to be careful. So there we go. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. And so thank you, Janet, for this example. This paper. So what we'll do is, let me go back over here let's cut up let's get the brightest one. Like this is one of the brightest one, this piece of art that I did. And what I want to do though, is and you can make different sizes like here. Hopefully I put these in the printer the right way. We'll find out. So see, like this, and maybe cut that little bit off. You can cut it down and just make your own washi tape strips, right? We can make some skinny ones. You can make the square ones. You can make them. You can punch circles. You can make, punch them and make washi tape circles. See? It's just very cool, pretty paper. Is this cool, right, Debbie? And good morning. All right, let's just cut down a couple skinny ones here. And you can use your cutter if you want it perfect, cut. I'm just cutting them with the scissors. Let's trim that down there. Let's do a square. And then maybe cut this down to a little square. So yeah, there's some washi tapes. All right. This one, did I say this one was on the right side? Let's test. Yeah, that one's okay. This whole sheet is okay. So what I'll do is I will trim this one down into some strips. And you can cut down, like if there's too much white there and you want it more, all the color. some skinny ones, like the size of a washi. But, you know, one of the benefits of this is, you know, if you buy those big, thick washi tapes, they're expensive. If you want a washi tape that thick or that wide. So there we go. So we got a bunch of washies there. Washi tape stuff. So thanks, Janet, for the recommendation. Let me test these two out here. Yeah, this is the wrong side. So let's put this one to the side for just using it as a paper. These two right there. Okay. So back to our little book here. So what I want to do is with all these leftovers, like I said, is I'm going to use this little book. Let's see. I could turn down the brightness just a tad. Lights are nice and bright in here because it's dark outside. Because it's supposed to rain later around noon, I think. Let's see. Oh, what happened to Kat? What'd she say? I missed something. I disappeared. Waiting for the plumber. 10-hour power outage. Oh, no. Oh, sorry, Kat. Yeah, I did chop the bee up, Arlene. And I printed out, look, I printed out a whole, you know, I printed out different ones to chop up. I mean, that's why I printed them out. So let's do some more colors here. See, look, isn't that a cool washi tape? Where would you buy that? You cannot buy that. Do you know what I mean? So you can print out your own. Let's go this way down here. I mean, I have this in my computer files. I can print out more. I can print out more. All right, so maybe this watch can just be one square of washi. Then some smaller ones here. Let's do some thin ones. Again, you could use your your cutter to cut this neater. I'm just cutting with the scissors here. All right, there we go. So there's a bunch of that color, those browns. And then I did the bees. This one's kind of the same color as the bees. Let's do one of these. So right here, this girl right here, that was this right here. I cut her down into her own washi tape. See? Right? Is that cool or what, Janet? Thank you, Janet, for this whole idea. All right, let's see. Let's cut this down here. There's some fish. Let's go ahead and do the fish maybe. There's a little fish washi tape now. Some crayon colors with the black outer space. Let's do this. And maybe that. And maybe that. And then maybe just a little piece there with some pencils. All right. So there we go. So we got a whole bunch of washies. Now, what I want to do, like I said, I want to use up these different pieces that I had left over from the challenge. And then what I'll do is I'll glue some down. Then maybe I'll get out a sticker book. I pulled John Deerean's because you all know I love me some John Deerean. Maybe we'll do some stickers out of the John Deerean sticker book. I did pull watercolors, but I'm going to leave that to Janet. Janet can do watercolors. So I'm just going to play with the deli paper. And yeah. It is freaking amazing, right? Okay, so I put that one there. So let's just go here. And again, I'm going to tear out just different pieces. Some of these I may keep, some smaller ones, but my point of doing this is to get rid of a lot of these excess papers. So I could also, instead of doing it in the new book, in this new old book, I could do it in my current desk journal. You know, I could be putting some of them in here too, in my current desk journal. But I'm going to stick with this for today. So we just because we stick with it today. Put it in caps if you're talking to me. All right, so all I'm going to do, really, guys, is just, I should get a bigger glue stick because this is going to be gone in a minute, is I'm just going to glue down different pieces of jelly plated papers, and then maybe some, maybe I'll have to trim these down because the book is small. Also some washi tapes. You know, go across here. And then we can do some, you know, focal points or whatever with them later. Let's see, let's do another little pieces here. So yeah, I had fun with this, Janet. Your washi papers. And then maybe a little piece of this over here. And you don't have to think. You can just play. You know, just put this down and play. Then you can go back and do, you know, your scenes like, you know, kind of like I did my big ones for every month, every day of the month. Let's see. Am I seeing anything in caps? Is that sticky part better than regular washi tape? I think it is a little stickier. But how does it hold up in the long run? Well, we don't know because it's brand new. But it is pretty sticky. Here, let's do one here so you can see. Okay, so you can see it there, and it's, see, sticky. I mean, like I said, how is it going to hold up over time compared to regular washi? But let's see, it's down. I don't know how long you'd have to peel it back up. I'm peeling it back up just like you could washi tape, but how long? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? All right, so let's see. Let's use some of this orange here. And you could cut your papers if you're not into the torn edge look, you know. But I'm trying to use, like I said, I'm trying to use up these tissue and deli papers that I use during the month. Leftovers. All right, I need some more. I need another baby wipe here because my fingers will continue to get sticky. So, isn't that cool though? Let's see. Let's move this out of the way. It's casting a shadow. Maybe a little bit of this black and copper. I like the torn edges, especially because I'm so used to doing torn edges because that blends better with paint. This is black tissue paper that I got off of Amazon. I did send some to Devin. She did some cool stuff with this black tissue paper. Oops. All right. See, so that went a little off the page. Let's put that back up on the page. There we go. All right. So it's just going to be a little book of leftovers. And then you could do, let's see, let's do a sample something. Let's look at my John Darian. Do a little frog down here. Now, stickers, y'all know, I trim my stickers down. I don't like white edges on my stickers, so I do cut those down or paint them in, depending on what kind of project I'm doing. I'll paint in the sticker edges so they don't show. But if you stick them down on a collage, if you stick a sticker down on a collage that has a border like this, and you go to paint it, you will see you'll still see that outline. Even if it's not a white outline, you're going to see an outline. So that's why I always like torn edges, or if it's something like this, just fussy cut it out. Now, sticker paper, stickers, I should say, stickers, I don't ever trust the glue on stickers. And if I was doing a washi taped edge where it was really going to be important not to lift up, I would probably use a glue stick too. So far, I'm liking this paper. Will it hold up? We'll see. So there's a little frog creature or something. You know, you can just do so much. You know, you can do so many things. Let's see. You spy with a little eye, an orange dragon eye. Is that the, yeah, is that your dragon eye? I did buy the, let me get it over here. I did buy the dragon eye stamp because this, I had the stencil, and y'all know I cut up Devin's dragon eye stencil. We'll do it. We'll do a little of that. I cut up the dragon eye stencil and sent it out. I have one little piece left. So I said, well, why don't I just buy the stamp? So let's see. Let me get I should roll it out on a jelly plate. It'd be better, but I'm just going to, well, let me get my little one here. Let me get my, all right. It is quicker to do this and get out a sponge and stamp and all that. So let's just go ahead and do this. Let's see. Let's get some orange here. Let's do a little orange. We'll do an orange one. And we'll do a black one. So there's Devin's dragon eye. And you can go in there and color the center if you want a pupil or whatever. All right, let's do a black one. Let's just do a little piece of black. Drop a black there. Yeah. So yeah, that's Devin's dragon on. Now let me dry this. Got my heat tool at the ready. You don't want to close your book and stick it together. Okay, so now let's go to the next page and let's just use up the rest of this paint over here with a whole bunch of dragon eyes. There we go. Let's do some edges. All right, so now let me get a brayer off something here. There we go. And I am going to clean off my stamp because you don't want to leave acrylic paint on your foam stamps. You don't want to do that. All right. All right, let's see what I got here. I just got some pieces of stuff sitting over here. Just pick up the excess. All right, that looks clean to me, Janet. We might be getting it back out again to do some more something. So yeah, right, Eddie. That's I really like it. I have some of Eddie's stencils too, and Devin and Eddie both designed for PM Artist Studios. So yeah. But thanks, Devin. I love Devin's jelly plating work. All right, let's see. Do I want anything? I think I'll just leave that. Okay, we're just going to keep moving on and just using up different papers and stuff. That's, like I said, that was my point this morning, is to use up the leftover pieces that I used for the month. And then you can always go back and do, like a little art journal. But in the meantime, we'll do this for a while. I'm just gonna. Now your book's gonna get thick. It will get, chunky if you do this. That's another reason that I think doing tissue papers and deli papers is good for this, because they're so thin, right? So you could probably do a whole book of this, and it's not going to bulk it up too much. But who knows? Who knows? You can stamp and do more stuff, ink your edges, just like any kind of art journal. If y'all have any questions, put it in caps. Maybe a little piece of pink. Oh, maybe, I don't know. I kind of like these colors together. Let's do a strip of this. Let's do some of this one here. What do y'all think? Are y'all getting inspired to do something with your jelly plates, your deli papers, or buy some of that paper that Janet made me? Suggested. Janet and I love to tease each other on enabling, because we enable each other. Let's just be honest. Thanks, Devin. And I am, by the way, speaking of sweet and supportive, I am going to be doing a giveaway with some of these papers and some. I'm going to give away some deli papers, and so yeah. All right, let's just keep rolling here. Is this? I think this is. I love the way it looks, because you're using up stuff too. You're using up stuff. And, you could do a whole scene and a whole project like we did in the March book, the March journal, or continue just, doing this for now and then go back, which is mostly what I'm going to do today, is I'm going to put down pieces and go back later and make a scene. And this is just a little library book that I got for either 50 cents or $1. Let's just look through here. Let's just pick something. Let's pick, this is a whole sheet. I don't want to have to cut that whole thing out. Maybe one of these. Let's see. Is that a whole sheet? I don't remember if this is the side that's sticky or is the other side the side that's sticky. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Let's just pull the excess off here. So I can get right to the rabbit. And let's see. Let's put this rabbit here. Okay, I'm not going to cut it this time because I just want I want us to keep moving forward. But just so you can see. Then you can also draw, stamp, doodle, take your acrylic markers, and let's see, let's get maybe a goldy color here, something, a brown. This is kind of a brown. And, then you can play with your markers. There's just so much you can do in just a little junk journal. That's what kind of this is, right? All right. Like I said, Janet's going to do with the papers. She's going to do stamping today. We've just been doing it so long, Tina. I've been in this room, in this house, in this room for 24? See, Cameron's 24. I think 23 or 24 years I've been in this particular room. And I've been streaming for 15 years. So, do I feel bad about all my stuff? No, I don't. I do not. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying my stuff. And I hope y'all If y'all are having, a lot of supply, you go, I don't know what to do with it. Well, then just do something. Just do something with it. Even if it's just to stick it down in a book. Because I'm telling you, this will inspire you for other things. You'll go back and you go, oh, you might see something in it. It looks like a road. Maybe, you can have other ideas, but I always write everything down too. Y'all know me and my Post-it notes and writing stuff down. And I do appreciate y'all supporting the channel, the thumbs up, and any comments y'all leave is nice. I mean, although we're doing most of our talking here, we don't do a lot of commenting because we talk here. You enjoy watching me enjoy my stuff, Devin? But look, isn't that cool? And then maybe take some other pieces of something here that we cut up. Let's take this. Or let's take, what do I want here? Maybe that little door there. Let's just take this whole piece of washi. That's not translucent right there. That's white paint that's on my painting. So that it just happens to go right along that crack right there. But it's actually white paint where it was painted. All right. And I probably would recommend, even in this a book like this where the paper's thin, it's like in my magazine journals or anything with a spine, you don't really want to go front to back straight on because this will start to warp eventually. By the time you're about a third way or even a halfway through, the spine's going to be at a complete angle. So you really want to skip into like different pages and go back and forth so that the spine stays straight. Otherwise it will warp, because y'all seen my samples in magazine journals and stuff. All right, let's see. Not loving that one. Let's go with this one. You don't have to keep everything either. If you tear off this edge right here, you throw it away. Don't feel bad about throwing your leftover stuff that you think, it's not like I'm going to run out today, right? All right, let's do some of this. And a glue stick is good for this tissue paper. It's nice and thin. It's nice and thin paper, so it's, a glue stick is fine. Oh, thank you, Bees Coloring Hive. I appreciate that super chat. How you doing? I'll send you out a thank you. I do send out thank yous to super chatters. I do appreciate that, Bee. I'm going to write you down, girl. Denise would be proud of you. Denise would be freaking out that I got glue and sticky stuff all over the place, is what she would be doing. And I'm half throwing my stuff over to the trash and hoping it hits. But I know that I'm not looking because I don't want Janet to yell at me subconsciously. So I'm not looking at my trash can where I'm not making the tosses. Thank you again, B. I'll send you out a thank you. So let's just keep going. So I might skip a couple pages. You can always go back. All right, let's see. Let's go. And then also, if you skip around, you're not using the same color in three pages in a row. You're using them throughout the book, right? All right, let's see. Let's use this clock here. Let's use this. Let's see, look, isn't that cool? Washi tape. Washi tape papers. All right, let's flip over. And there is a whole section here with photos of birds. And I might leave that and put it over here, something like that. All right, so let's see. Let's get some green here. Devin said, my cat used to love playing with tissue paper. Malibu, Oliver's the one that would like if there's a little piece of something on here, I do this or something, he'll be the one to bat at it or pull on it. Malibu doesn't do that. They both have their toys. They'll come and bring us their toys and drop them off. Like, here's a gift, because they don't go out. They're not outdoor cats, so they're not out catching us mice and stuff. So they'll bring us their toys and drop them off. So I think this might be a Devin. Is this a Devin piece right here, Devin? I'm not sure. I think it might be. Oh, thanks, B. So again, if y'all missed all the jelly plating mixed media March 25 Ceri the Crafter's challenge, make sure he did a wrap up this morning of his showed his concertina book. He showed that this morning and did a separate video where he talked about the next time he does another challenge and his plans and stuff. So yeah, he posted 2 videos this morning. Let me get a bite of my banana, a little lemon water, keep my voice going. Did I say hi to you, Joyce? So hi to Shelly. So if there's something else y'all want to see us do, just let me know. I just thought I wanted to try to use up some of these papers, and y'all might like to see what some looks like when you glue some stuff down. And then like here, I might put an owl sticker on top of this or paint it in. It doesn't have to just to stay plain jelly plated like this. I can go in and do my usual kind of collaging where I paint. I'm not going to do that today, but you could do that. Let's go right through there. There we go. All right, let's see. I like this little piece of gold here. And I keep wiping my fingers off because they're sticky with the glue stick. Let's see. Let's put a little bit of that. I just have so much papers now. I showed y'all. This is just my tissue paper leftovers. I have I have 2 more of these with papers that I made, jelly plated papers with just regular, cardstock and stuff. So let's just skip around here. And probably a better, thing to do too. This right here is a vinyl peel and stick wallpaper, so I can easily wipe it up. But if you're on your table or something, you probably want to put a piece of wax paper or something down so you're not, getting your glue stick all over the your table. But like I said, this I can just wipe up. All right, let's see. Serger. Hello, Serger. Let's see who else I might have missed. I said hi to Messy Palette and Anne. Thank you, Kat. There's Ceri the Crafter's flip through. It was fun. I enjoyed his, and you could do the same kind of thing. Maybe I will pull out my postcards because that way you can get an idea what you can also do in here because they're small. Hang on, let me see here. My notebook. This is what we did in July. Now I won't go through all the postcards. I'm just going to skip over to my July ones from last July right here. So you can do this kind of thing here, but you can do it in a book, which is probably what I'll end up doing is more this kind of stuff because that's just what my favorite kind of collaging is. But to use up some of your stuff, you can start with your leftover papers. Let's go ahead and stick this one down. Time to get a new glue stick. Okay. Let's just go right over those birds. You can start with this and then move on to doing more like this, which is what I did in July, or these. Ceri the Crafter's challenge. Last July was called the July. Oh, okay. All right, Serger and Lindy. Okay. All right. So these were the ones that I did in July, and the same kind of rules applied with Ceri, except you had to put it on a postcard, and you had to put the number, and you signed it. I signed mine on the back, and I painted all the backs, and I put a postage stamp on all the backs. That was not required. But using a jelly print, and now, so you can see here's where I've used the jelly printed either tissue, or some were tissue, some were just copy paper prints, and then I made little scenes with them, and so I could do the same thing in this book. Okay, same kind of thing, but in a book. So I'll go ahead and show you these real quick because I really enjoyed doing these. So it might be easier if I just kind of held out the whole page. But every one of them are painted on the back. I'll pull one more. They're all painted on the back with some kind of a appropriate postage stamp, like a leftover postage stamp in the corner. So they all have those on the back. So I won't pull them all out of the sleeves, but just so you can see. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. He's holding the 4. But you see all the different jelly printed papers in here. 5, 6. This is, I think, the only one that was portrait size or portrait format. Everything else I did landscape. And the numbers are kind of, some of them are a little smaller, hidden. But you can see the deli. This is the black tissue paper with gold on it. Okay, then there's 9, 10, 11, 12. But all that's jelly plated papers in the background. Oh, thank you, Devin. I had fun with these. I had fun with this year's too. So 14. And the reason I wanted to show these again is so you can see that you can use your jelly plated. This is how I use jelly plated papers. This is why I jelly plate, is so I can do this kind of thing with collage. And so you can do the same thing with your, just smack them all in here for now, and then go back and do, make a scene. There's 17, 18. But, you can see there's lots of jelly plated papers in these. Okay, the last set. Oh, maybe one more. There's 25. See, this mountain right here is all jelly plated. This. And there's 29, 30, and 31. So, yeah. And then I just use this book for all my finished postcards that I do. This is all a postcard. This is all a postcard book. And so you can see I got plenty of sleeves left in there for more. Bye, Eddie. Thanks for stopping in. All right, so let's glue a few more things down. Yes, there's papers on the floor, Janet. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. We got this one sitting over here. Let's go ahead and use this. But it was fun to use all my papers in the Ceri the Crafter challenge. So if there's anybody else that did some of Ceri's challenge, whether you did all of them or some of them or what, I did them all. But let me get a bigger glue stick here. Here we go. Let's get this bigger one here. There we go. I don't really want to use purple because that shows through. I mean, it dries clear, but I really just want it clear right now for the stream. I don't know if I have another big one that's clear. Is this one clear? I don't even know. No, it's purple. That's okay. I'll just go ahead and use the purple. It just will show. It'll show through while we're here. It dries clear though, but just FYI. So you can see the purple kind of coming through. You did both of them, Tina? Okay. Did you post on Instagram, Tina? Did you post them on Instagram? For some reason, I'm not remembering seeing yours. Not that you had to, but you know. I posted every day on Instagram. And then what I did is on the 14th, I think it was the 14th, I posted on Facebook 1 through 14. And then this morning I posted 15 through 31 on a separate post. So I made 2 Facebook posts with all of them on there. I didn't post every day on Facebook. I just did them like in 2 batches because I was posting every day on Instagram. And Instagram is where I usually post all my art. But I did post those. And I post some art on Facebook. I do post some art on Facebook, not a whole lot, but especially if I have, memories pop up of different art that I've done, I will, I'll repost that. So let's see. Did Tina say if she put hers up on Instagram? Oh, I did see some of Eddie's. I didn't know if he was doing it every day or not, Devin. I don't know if he was doing it every day. Let's do this little bird here. Let's do maybe right there. Let's just tear that off. Okay, so that the paper tears, Janet, pretty easy. The washi, we were questioning how easily the paper backing would tear. And it just tore just fine, Janet. So it does tear. Just put this little piece down in this corner. So that's good to know. Hello, Ellen. I'm probably missing some people coming in. Thanks everybody for being here. Thanks to all the lurkers. We'll probably do a giveaway here in a little bit. We'll have to do something else for the rest of the day. I know y'all aren't going to want to see this for another hour. If there's something else y'all want to see, let me know. Okay, so here's some strips that I cut down off that paper. It wants to curl as soon as you pull it off, so you got to uncurl. It's not sticking to itself too badly, but yeah. There we go. Yeah, it tore pretty easy, Janet. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's just tear it like here. So it just tears. See, just tears right off, just like a regular piece of paper. All right, so it's probably best if you're going to stick it down like this without just peeling it off and have it curl, is just stick it down, start it somewhere, and then peel it as you go like that. So you're not having a big a big curly mess. So I'm anxious to see what Janet does with her stamping on it. She's going to stamp on the paper today. And we'll see what happens. Let's see. Let's just tear a little bit there. Let's see. Arlene says, I jelly print on the packing stickers. Packaging slips from Walmart and Hobby Lobby. Okay. I think Ceri the Crafter does he prints off on labels, sheets of labels, but there's some, I don't know, what your tricks are to it, Arlene, but if you do a whole sheet of labels, it can get in the, around the edges, and when you peel, there's, like let me see, how can I say an example? Okay, so let's just say this is your label paper, like this, okay? And you're going to jelly plate this. You put down your jelly plate, your paint and stuff. You put down, roll it out, and you take your stickers, your labels, and you put them down there and rub them off. When you peel this off, the labels can stick. They'll separate. The labels will come off of the backing paper. Does that make sense, what I'm trying to explain? And Ceri the Crafter, it's probably been a year, maybe 2. I don't even know how long ago he showed some techniques for using not tags, labels, and jelly plating labels, because otherwise when you go to peel up from your jelly plate, the labels will peel off. So I'm not sure how you're working yours. Let's see. Without them peeling up is what I mean, Arlene. The nice thing about this paper is it's a full sheet. It's a full sheet. Maybe that's what you're doing. Maybe you're doing a full sheet. The other nice thing about this paper that Janet found for us is it's translucent. It's a washi tape. It's washi tape, sticker paper. So see, can y'all tell how translucent that is? Let's fold that over. So it's one solid piece. Okay, so it is one piece. I print over top of it, the info. Okay, so yeah, one piece, I could see how that would work, because it wouldn't peel off, like individual labels would do on a jelly plate. When you peel this up, they stick. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go back into my little pile. Let's get some of this green here. See, this is a brayer off. This is the kind of thing I use with the jelly plate, because for me, it's backgrounds and parts of scenes, mountains, like you can do this and make mountains, say hills, mountains, then you can layer them up like this. So that's how I use jelly plated papers. Let's see, let's find some here. Let's glue these two. This one might be kind of old. I'm not sure. I don't usually use these Elmer's ones very much. I use the Yoo-Hoo ones. Let's get a little more in there. Maybe it's just this one. We'll get the other one back out. Put a little mountain thing here. This big one back out. It seemed fresher. Yeah, that's better. That other one I think was just old. All right. Whoops. Let's see. So, looking. Hi, Joanne. And then I was hoping store can help. I'm not sure what's going on with you. Got something going on over there, Joanne. I didn't see anything in caps. If y'all don't put it in caps, I will probably miss it until I go back and scrub through my chat. I do go back and scrub through the chat either that night or the next day. And so, especially to see if I've missed any new people coming in. And then I'll go over to your channel. And if you have content, then I will more than likely follow you. But I might miss it here if you don't put it in caps. All right, let's see. Let's put a couple more hills here. Let's go find another couple pages here. I really should put a clip on here. It'd be easier. I'm just kind of holding it down with my arm. But yeah, that paper, I'm liking it, Janet. And I know that Janet and put a link in there earlier to the paper, guys, to the washi paper. So thanks for the enabling, Janet. Let's see. Let's put this one over here on the edge. Your phone virus on G. Oh, okay. I don't know that I've ever heard of that one, Joan. Joanne. Okay, Devin. Her hubby's talking to her. All right. So let's do a couple more of these pieces here, and then we'll do a giveaway. Do a couple envelopes of some washies and some. So yeah, so it's going to be a fun little journal, just, filling it up with leftovers. And then, like I said, you can go back like I did with the postcards and do a whole scene in there if you want, or start with a sticker or something, or more other like there's some, leftover deli papers with nothing on them. Let's go ahead and stick some of these down. And do some layering. And I'm gonna have a bird, put a bird on it. Let's see what else we got here. Flowers. This book has a lot of large things on it. Let's see. Got something a little smaller here. It's another rabbit. Flower. Okay, the border of this flower is tan color. I've got to cut it off. I just can't. I got to cut that off. If y'all missed it, I did show pictures of my garden. I got my garden planted this last weekend. And I was excited to get it in. I don't know what this guy's story is. It's Aristotle or who he's supposed to be, but we're going to put him on a page. So did anybody do anything fun or creative over the weekend? Oh, thanks, Devin. I think it's a fun. I mean, we've done so many journals and stuff. I don't want to say it's hard to think of new ways to do journaling because we do so much of it and so many. All right. Let's see. These are leftover pieces that are still stick worthy here. All right. So we can go ahead and do, oh, let's see, do I want to stick this down in here? Yeah, so what I use, like 10 different little pieces of paper. You know, we're not going to ever use that whole this up in one sitting, you know. But I think we'll go ahead and do this. Well, since we're going to do the giveaway, let me go ahead and I'll pull some of these for the giveaway. All right, let me get out some envelopes. We'll go ahead and do the giveaway now. Let's see. Fortnite said, I deconstructed a 1910 junk journal. Should have a video up sometime today. Okay. Oh, is it like an old-timey scrapbook? Like the old-timey scrapbooks, Fortnite, that people used to keep back in the day? And you deconstructed it? Let's see. Who else is talking here? Of course, Devin's you're always working on a project for Vina. I hope your mom's doing okay. Y'all keep Devin and her mom in her prayers. She's recovering from hip surgery. Devin's mom is. Coffee ads and cuts. Okay, all right. That'll be fun, Fortnite. I look forward to seeing that. So y'all go follow Fortnite now. Fortnite, is this your YouTube name now? Keeks Hunt. Is that your name now on YouTube? Hi, CB. Anybody else I might have missed coming in? All right, let's see. So I did make the notes that you, on the washi paper that we talked about earlier, that you need to trim it down for it to fit in your printer. It's like a 1/4 inch too wide for your printer. So you need to trim that down, sticky side down, and heat tool any ink that did not dry from your inkjet printer. All right, so I'm going to throw that note away. Pick up some of these papers on the floor because I see Janet looking over my shoulder. So yeah, I think I got all my notes taken care of here. It is? Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and let me get some envelopes. Hang on. One, two, three. I need one more. Put this stencil back over here. Come on, stencil. There you go. Here we go. Another envelope. I have to get some more of this size envelopes. I'm almost out. Running low on these. All right. So again, this is just a little field guide to birds. And I'm just going to use it like a little junk journal kind of thing. And again, I'm also doing my, all right, put this back in here, hold this up. All right, that doesn't want to stay. Hang on, guys. Try to get up under here. There we go. This book, this little journal that I do, just different little, pieces of paint and leftover collage papers. I just stick them in here. Not so much Gelliprints, but leftover collage pieces, painty pieces, and leftover paint that you can scrape it into. So this is some pieces there I need to glue in. All right. Okay, hang on. I'm getting what this text is. Oh, pull prompts for Terry. Thanks, Janet. Okay. Is there anything else I'm missing? Pull some prompts for Terry. We'll do that real quick. All right. And I do write them down. I do write them down for my Society of Idea Collector notebook myself. Hi, Dot. All right, let's see. So let's go ahead and do Let's pull the prompts. And I know I always do this. But I do try to kind of mix them up every week. And I pull 5. And you do what you want with them. You can make scenes like Ceri does. She made a good one last week. I don't remember if it was from the prompts of that week. You don't have to do the prompts that week. But if you do use the prompts, just so we know what you did do, put them in under the piece that you make, the prompts that you used. And so we can see how creative you are, like our Terry Brett. Hi, Teresa. All right, listen, I pull off the top, so let's see what we got here. 5 prompts. Checkerboard. Any myth or legend. You're welcome, Terry. Native American. That could go with the myth or legend. A seal. And that could be the animal seal. It could be the singer seal. It could be a wax seal. It could be any kind of seal. And the last one is a hut. There we go. There's our 5 for the week. Checkerboard, any myth, Native American, seal, and hut. And today is the 31st. I am dating them and putting them in. I've just been putting them in my Society of Idea collector off of my Post-its. All right, let's see. Shelly said, when I was in Hobby Lobby, I heard someone say, hi, Boba. It was your sweet grandson. Aw, Shelly, that's cute. That would, for you, Terry, I don't see that being too challenging for you, Terry. I've seen some really challenging ones that you've done something. All right, so let's go ahead and let's make some little packs here. We're going to do 4. I'm going to take a minute here to make 4 little, let me put this up. 4 little kits, if you will. Jelly plated paper kits. And so what I'm going to do, I love this little book. This is going to be so fun to work in. I'm really going to enjoy that, I think. All right, so I did pull some of these just deli papers, just plain deli papers. Let's put a few of those in here. Let's put a few of those. They're all connected, so let's put about 4 or 5 of those in there. I don't want to put too many of these because I want to give y'all some painty ones, Okay, there we go. Some more there. So these are right out of the box. That's one too many. A little too thick. All right. There we go. All right, so there's some of the brown deli paper. It's so hard to say deli plated, jelly, So there's some deli papers. Okay, we'll use some of those. Then I'm going to pull out some different pieces of jelly papers. Let's just start with 2 or so in each one. And we'll tear them down and put a few. And let's see, maybe a postcard in each one too. I really want to give y'all lots of the papers. And if I put too many postcards, that kind of fills it up. But I'll put 1 4x6 in each one. Let's put 1 4x6. Did I pull 3 or 4? That's 1, 2. Let me get a couple more over here. So you can make a postcard if you want. All right, wait a minute. Just let me have some fun here. Let's see. Here's a piece of yellow. The ones here. I want to try to give you as much varieties as possible. And as I'm going through here, I'm also throwing little stuff away like this. All right, here's another. I'm just digging through. I'm trying to avoid the tissue papers of like Tim Holtz and stuff, like, you know, this kind of thing. I'm trying to give you jelly plated papers rather than, you know, like this is a piece of gift wrap tissue paper. Trying to avoid the gift wrap tissue papers and give you jelly plated pieces, but some of them are small and I don't even need those. So I'm making I'm trashing some as I go. All right, let's see what else I can get here. Let's see. I do like some of these Tim Holtz, so let's go ahead and put some of those in. These are sheets, I think, by Tim Holtz. Let me cut this. Oh, I'll just fold that one there. There we go. And here's the walk. These Tim Holtz. These are like sheets. These are Tim Holtz sheets, but they're kind of fit, you know. Okay, this one needs one more. All right, let's see. Not looking at chat for just a minute, guys. I'm sorting. I'm sorting. I hope y'all, when y'all get this stuff, you know, I know, oh, Dee Dee's giving away trash. I know y'all don't say that. I can hear it in my head in the background. Not that I really care, but I hope y'all do have fun making something with them. You know what I mean? Because I would. And don't anybody send me yours because I got plenty. But I'm just saying, it is fun to make stuff with them, you know? All right, let's see. Oh, here. Now, this might be a Devon. I'm not sure. Did I do this one? Yes, or maybe Devon did. Let's see. Speaking of, you got your grandsons there now. All right, somebody, is that Janice? Okay. Oh, Logan's in chat. Hey, Logan. Oh my gosh, Logan is like, he's doing all kinds of things. He just made another letter. Let me show if I got a picture. He got some more awards. He's just like on it. He's doing films. He's making films for his high school. I've shown y'all some of them. Let me show you his most recent picture. If I have it right here, did I keep it right here, or is it in Annie's? Hang on. What do I do with it? There it is. Turn this sideways. So there's Logan and his mom and dad. There's Annie and Dan, his mom and dad. So this is something that he did. I forget which award this one was for, Logan. But there's our Logan right there. His eyes closed in the picture, but so I forget what that award was for. Annie always sends me the pictures and the little videos. It's always good that you stop in, Logan. I know he's just really, he's an awesome kid. I'm just saying. He's awesome. Let me go over here to Annie. Let's see. Here we go. Scrolling. Okay, here's some. This is one of the sparring teams that he is like a couple years ahead of most of the guys that he spars with, and he just does amazing. I was trying to find maybe another little video or something. Looking. Oh, here's where he got an award. Let's see. This one was from the wrestling banquet, and everybody said he looked so well dressed. Let's see. He does look well dressed. There he goes. So, yeah, Logan, so proud of you. Annie made I'll show y'all this. Annie made the candy table. You're going to get yours now? Did you eat it? So, Annie made the candy table. So, congratulations, Logan. It's always nice when you stop in. I know he does, he's on the West Coast, so he's probably getting ready. I don't know if you got school today, or I don't know if he has school today, or it's just too early yet. So they're coming to visit in June, and we're gonna go lake fishing. We're gonna take them lake fishing in June. I think this might be a Devon paper here. I'm not sure. Or it's an Eddie stencil. It might be an Eddie stencil. So let's see if he's saying anything other than smileys. He's doing lots of smiling. Oh, this one was your stencil. This one's your stencil, Miriam. Okay. Well, y'all are gonna get a piece of Miriam's stencil then. Trying to make them fit in the envelope. Let's see. Did he say thanks, man? I'm going to school. Love you too, Logan. Can't wait to see you. And tell your mom thank you for sending all those videos, because that's how we get to see what you're doing. So, yeah, real proud of him. Very, very proud of him. All right, let's do a couple of this. I think I'm getting to the point where I'm going to have to stop. This one needs a few more. Let's see. This one's just there. Yeah, we're good. We're still good. I'm trying to do a variety in each one. Hi, Raul. Raul, I saw you posted up another video. I think this morning. Let's see here, guys. I'm still digging through. Like I said, tissue paper. I'm trying to avoid most of the tissue paper and give y'all jelly plated papers. These are not on tissue though. But if I tear them down, they're still good. Make that a little smaller. This one I think is, I don't know if that's Patty Tolly Parishes or not. Those faux alphabets. All right, I'm narrowing it. I'm whittling it down because I'm getting to throw away lots of like this. So from this bag, stuff. There's a couple little something there. So y'all can't see me over here cleaning up a lot of this stuff. Oh, that one's a cool one. There's some eyes and a face. There's a part of a face there. Some more black. Those are nice. Don't need that or this. I'm whittling it down, people, because this bag is a bunch of stuff that I know I will probably never use up. Well, I know I'll never use it up. Oh, look, here's some of Devon's chairs. I'll give y'all each a Devon chair. Let me turn that one down a little. But y'all can make some cool postcards with this. Oh, I'm really getting this whittled down. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to get this whittled down. This is just some black, like, what do you call it, from the Paper Source. This is Paper Source paper. Let's see what else I got here. scrap. See, this kind of stuff, too much, too little. All right, here we go. This one, that's pretty cool. Let's trim this down. And, it's not much on that. Then I'm also going to put in some of this, some of my washi tape. Oh, thank you, Tammy. Thank you for your prayers. I'm not now able to talk after. Oh my gosh. Well, we'll continue to keep you in our prayers, Tammy, and y'all remember to keep Tammy in your prayers. I do appreciate you supporting the channel on the sidebar, girl. Y'all keep Tammy in your prayers. She continues to heal. These are brayer offs. They're not too interesting. Let's see here. Some of these. Thank you, Tammy. I hope you've been getting your prints and stuff, Tammy. Your thank yous, because I do appreciate you supporting the channel. So I haven't heard if you've been getting them. I hope you've been getting your thank yous. Hi, View. Who else am I missing? I gotta say, View, you enabled me too. So View is just starting to do, I better think about how much I'm doing here. View wanted to start doing some reverse collage, and she asked what book, so y'all get ready to get enabled again. She asked what book I would recommend as a collage, collage fodder book if you don't have any. And I suggested this one. And I always suggest this one for new people that are just starting in collage. This book right here has got so many variety. It's just got a little of everything, right? And you can see how much I've used this, chopped it up. But so I recommended this one to View. Well, I went to Amazon to look up something, and that, maybe it was a link to that book or something. But what happened was View also, let me see here. I saw her recommend this after I saw that on Amazon at the same time. So View, I did not have this one. No, wait, that's not it. Hang on. Let me go to my orders here. It's coming. I think it's coming today. Wait a minute. So View got this. She got that one. She actually got 3. I think there was a sale or something. She got 3 different books. But why can't I bring up my orders? Hang on. Let me take a minute here. All right, here we go. Okay, so when I recommended that pink book to her, she also had, and I had not seen this View. I had not seen this, so I did order it. Even more extraordinary things to cut out in collage. So View did a flip of this book on her channel, and so View, I got this one coming today. Oh my gosh. Yeah, reciprocal enabling is true, Devin. And View also got another one. I didn't have do I have that other one? I might have the third one too. But anyway, so yes, I enabled View and View enabled me. All right, let's see. These are not really that interesting. I'm trying to get the interesting ones. This is some cool orange. Let's put this in here. I'm tearing it down so they fit in the envelopes. Right? Okay, so I'm thinking that's pretty good. And I want to put at least one postcard in each one. So you have something to work on if you so desire. You don't have to, But look, guys, look. Oh, let's put some of that black tissue in there because that's really cool too. Oh, here's some of Miriam's. We'll use some of that. This is some of Miriam's, and I forget who does the chickens. Who did the chickens? Was that Paula? Paula did the chickens, and Miriam did these flowers. So this is Miriam's stamp, flower stamps. Let me just use the scissors to cut this down. So we'll put some of Miriam's flowers in each one, and Yeah, those are Miriam's flowers. So yeah, I got that pile way down. I whittled that pile way down. Let's put a couple chickens here. This one right here is Ceri the Crafter's wing. I only got a half a wing. So I'll keep the wing for myself. Let's cut down these chickens. Paula's is the chickens? Okay, so yeah. All right, let's cut down some chickens here. Let's give everybody a couple of chickens. Do I have enough? I don't have a lot of chickens. Okay, let's see. I think I can give everybody 2 chickens. Let's choose. Someone's getting 3 chickens. There's some chickens. All right, there's some chickens from Paula. Let's see. What else do I have here? I really whittled this pile down. And I can probably go through here and get rid of some stuff that's really just like some brayer offs that I'll not use. Let's see. What else can I get in? I'm looking in here and see what else I got. That's a cool little piece of black and silver. Here's another black and silver. See, use this stuff. Oh, here's some, I'm not sure. This is some red and black. This can go. Some of these that are just brayer offs that really are just nothing on them. I'm just getting rid of those. Okay, I think that's good. Although I still have this big pile here, but I think we're good. All right. Okay. So yeah, View. Thanks, View. Janet made me buy she suggested that we buy this washi tape. If you missed it, View, we got washi tape paper to print on. And so I printed out some of my collage prints, and like this, I printed them out on this paper, and it's washi paper. It's washi paper. So see, so I printed them out and I cut a whole bunch of them down just to use as washi strips. So they're not necessarily going to be anything, but we're going to put some in. I got to just make sure they're going to fit in the envelope. Okay, like that. So I'm going to put a couple strips of each of these in there. There's a color crayon thing. I'm trying to get a picture in each one or something. All right, here's some more. All right, I think we're good. Put some pink in there. All right, there's some washi tape strips. Isn't this fun? Don't y'all love my giveaways? I love you guys. All right, so now let me just go ahead and, oh, that's a nice bundle. 2 stamps. 2 stamp giveaways. So y'all know how we do it. We'll do 2 US, 2 international. I think we did, what did we do first last time? US or international? I can't remember. Not that it really matters. Y'all are each going to get one. Let's get those little washi tapes in there. And they're all feeling about the same thickness. Don't forget, Janet comes on at 1 Eastern, and she's going to use this washi paper with rubber stamps. You just ordered the washi stamp paper. If you missed it, Ann Meg, she came in, I think, a little late. If you missed it, or if you were here and I didn't see you, you have to cut. Let me get the sheet. Let me get a sheet of it here. Here's a sheet of it. It doesn't come with any logos or anything on it. You need to cut it down a 1/4 inch for it to fit in your printer. It's 8 and a little over 8.5. So you need to cut off maybe a little more than a 1/4 inch. That's right there is about how much I cut off, maybe a 1/4 inch, before it will fit in your printer comfortably. I mean, you can jam it in there, but you can tell it ain't going through. So you need to trim off that edge. And also, if you use an inkjet printer, I use an Eco Tank printer, And I noticed that some of the black wasn't quite dry. So do one sheet at a time, guys. If you do use this, do one sheet at a time. Because if you do a whole bunch of them, the black might get, well, and of course it could be my printer too. I don't know. But it's probably best to do one sheet at a time so that if there is any damp ink on it left, you want to let it dry or hit it with the heat gun and not just have them rubbing on each other going through the printer, right? So those were my tips for that. And make sure that you have the right side facing down, the sticky side, so that you are printing on the right side, because one of them I didn't print on the right side, or washi jelly plate. Oh, thanks, Laverne. Well, y'all know I like my giveaways. All right, so let's see here. Let's go get some papers. Let's put one on each one here. I'll get these in the mail tomorrow. I was so happy to get my garden in. If y'all missed seeing my garden pictures on Instagram, I was real excited to get my garden in. I got 4 kinds of tomato, 4 kinds of peppers, cucumbers, and about 12 to 15 kinds of herbs. Doubled up on the rosemary and a couple ones. But so yeah, I was real excited to get those in. All right, so I don't know which one we did. Yeah, wait for the go. We'll do international first. Okay, so international only. We'll do 2 international, 2 US. When I type in go, put in a number between 1 and 100. 1 number only. Oh, it got a little dark there, didn't it, with those white envelopes? Let's brighten it back up. There we go. Okay. International only. When I type in go, 1 number only. First 2 people closest to the random.org, which I'll bring that up here in a minute. First 2 people closest to, without going over, we'll get a pack of Dee Dee's leftover jelly plated printed papers. Okay, there we go. International only. Let me go ahead and get the iPad up and running over here. I appreciate, yeah, there's one of my mulch garden things out front. Here's the other one. I have these two areas. Now it's really wanting to flash out, but I got these, it's all red mulch in there, and they'll have flowers, but we don't have any flowers yet. But there's Hubster with the ferns. He loves ferns on the porch. And here's my garden. I put new bricks around the garden. So it's got, like I said, peppers, tomatoes, herbs. This is an old blackberry bush that I leave. I trim it back to keep it small, but it's full of blackberries every year, and the birds will eat that and leave all my other stuff alone. So there's another corner, the other side. So yeah. All right, let me find my random.org here. And get your numbers in. Don't dilly-dally, dawdle, or lollygag. All right, here we go. Verifying I'm a human. Come on. Do I have to step out in the hall to get it to load? Yeesh. Come on, verify. All right, it's not one. Let me step out in the hall to get my Wi-Fi on this thing. There we go. All righty. Okay, there's my random.org. There's our generator. All right, I'm going to count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. Yes, I'm a human. Yes. You have to check that. Actually, you have to check so you're not a bot. All right, here we go. First 2 people closest to the number, international only, 97. First 2 people closest to 97 without going over. Okay, let me scroll back, scrolling. Okay, looking for the highest number. Let's see. Susan Boiter had 78. So I'm sure that she's won. And Susan, I'm pretty sure you won a few weeks ago. So I have your address, correct? Do I have your address, Susan? A couple weeks ago, maybe. So she had 78. Now let's see who's got the next highest. Is it Darlene with six? No, Joanne had 69. I think it's Joanne. Oh, it's Dorothy with 85. Okay, Dorothy has 85. Okay, so Susan, I have your address, right? Yes, okay. All right, so there's our two international winners. Dot, I want to see something you make with this. Dot, I want to see you make something. You hear me, girl? Dot wins a lot. I want to see her make something. Okay, so let's see. Next is USA only. Wait till I type in go. USA only. 1 to 100. First two people closest without going over. Yeah, Janet, don't let your niece throw that away. Okay, so here we go. Let me type in go. This is USA only. First two people closest without going over. We'll draw a new random.org number. Okay. Oh my goodness. So, and then I'll have to figure out, let's see, what am I going to want to put for my thumbnail? I'm going to want to do that little book. So maybe some jelly plated papers. Maybe this. I'm going to have to figure out something over here for my thumbnail. All right. All right, y'all get your numbers in. We're still unloading stuff over there. It's starting to drizzle. We're supposed to have rain coming in about 2, 3, 4 o'clock today. It's already drizzling though. So you'll hide it, Dot? Okay. Oh, all right, get your numbers in, guys. Let me bring up the random.org again. Okay. All right, I'm going to count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Don't hide it from yourself. 1. All right, here we go. New number. All right, there was the international number. Here's US. 8. And if everybody went over 8, I will pick a new number. So let's go back. The number is 8. First two people closest without going over. Let me scroll back. Okay, so I see Beth Schuler had 3 and Deb E has 2. Did anybody else come closer than Beth and Deb E with 3 and 2? I'm scrolling. I don't see anybody come closer. So I think it's Beth Schuler and Deb E. Y'all double check me. Double check me and tell me if I'm correct. Beth had 3 and Deb had 2. Okay, there we go. That's easy. And I have both y'all's addresses. So that's easy to do. So congratulations, Beth Schuler and Deb E. These will go out to y'all tomorrow. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. I think we'll just go ahead and head out. I don't have anything else to show or tell or do today. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. And yeah, congratulations to y'all that won something. Don't forget, Janet. Oh, wait a minute. Janet's calling me. Yes, you're not on speakerphone. Janet? Janet?
There was a problem with international.
Okay, what's the tell me.
Yeah, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me? Oh, let me put you on speakerphone.
Okay.
All right, you're on speaker. Go ahead.
Problem with international giveaway.
Okay, tell me what happened.
Susan.
Yeah.
Is not international.
Oh, okay. Well then.
So looking back, I think I think the next one should be Joanne Newman.
Okay, well then, Suzanne, we're gonna have to dismiss you because you were not international. Janet's keeping me honest here, and so Joanne Newman was the next international. Is that correct?
That's the way I see it.
Okay, y'all double check. All right, I'm gonna hang up because you're reverberating.
All right.
Okay. All right, y'all go double check. I think it's gonna be Joanne because Joanne's international. All right, y'all double check. Are we right? We want to do it correct. We have to do it correct. All right, so I'm sorry, Suzanne. You were not international. So, yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe next time. All right, Joanne, you got it because you were the next international. See, my moms will keep me honest. Well, not that I'm not being honest, but I just didn't see it. I mean, I didn't know that Susan was not international. Okay, guys. All right. Well, I'm going to head on out, do a quick thumbnail, wait for Hubster to come home for lunch, wait for the rain to come in, and we'll see you all at Janet's at 1 Eastern. And yeah, that's okay. Yeah, next time, just you free to enter in the next time. I try to do a giveaway every week. So, all right, yeah, that was good. Exactly. Thank you, Susan, for letting us know. All right, guys, y'all have a blessed rest of your day, and we'll see y'all later, guys. Bye.